neighbourhood, Tori here. How are you? I hope you're all doing well. So I have done one of these videos before. I think it was a year ago, maybe even 2 years ago, but I've definitely done one of these before and it was quite popular, so I thought I'd do it again. And that is it was going to be top 5, but I've got 4 for this video, but there's technically 5 items, but it's complicated. We'll get on to that in a minute. Grail Winnie the Pooh items, because in case you didn't know, I'm a Winnie the Pooh collector. Exhibit A, and as you can imagine, there is always things on my wish list that I'd love to add to my collection, and this list is kind of a compilement of things that I probably will struggle to get. If you have not watched the first part from a while ago, I will leave it linked up here for you, because I've not managed to get anything from that video, and quite understandably, because a lot of them never actually make it over to the UK. They're from like America, a lot are from like the Asian parks, they just never make it over here, so it's fun to dream. Anyway, 4 items on this Grail list, one complicated one which we'll explain to. I could have just easily put everything from that last video back onto this video, but they are completely new items that weren't on that video. So I think without further ado, let's get into it. As per usual, I have got pictures on my phone to show you. And the first one, so this is a Loungefly that came out last year. Initially, I wasn't a big fan on the design, but it is starting to grow on me. And I am really hoping that this year we are going to get more. I really want a Winnie the Pooh Christmas Loungefly. There really isn't that many of them on the market, and I'm really hoping we're going to start changing that. So this is the one that got released last year. And avoid the ring light glare. It's cute. I just wasn't too sure about, like, it's a cosplay style, but I just don't, it was just like his face, how it's flat. I don't know. That was the bit that put me off initially. As I said, it didn't even come over to the UK, so I was able to critique it all I like because I knew I wasn't going to get my hands on it. But now, as time's gone on and Christmas Winnie the Pooh Loungeflies are just not happening, it's been growing on me. And if you know anything about me and my Loungefly collection, you'll know I love mixed textures. And as you can see from the picture itself, that the hat is an additional appliqued piece. Then the bottom here, the bees look like they're embroidered, and also the bees have got, I don't know if you can quite see that, but the bees have got Christmas hats on, which you know I'm gonna love that. So it's a mixture of embroidered, printed, appliqued, all your different textures, which I absolutely love. And as I said, at first I wasn't a fan of like how 2D Pooh looked, but now it's growing on me. And I'm just desperate for a Winnie the Pooh Christmas Loungefly. There is this year, so far from the releases we know, there's going to be a Funko Europe exclusive Eeyore Christmas Loungefly, which it's cute, but I'd prefer something Pooh Bear. So there's still time for Christmas for us to get one. But yeah, a Christmas Pooh Loungefly, basically. Number 2, I have thought about actually being able to get this because it's from Tokyo, and there are various businesses on Instagram that do pickup services in the 3 Asian parks, and I have thought about getting this and like a couple of other bits from over there, but then the postage amount works out for so much. It works out to be so expensive, and I love it, but I can't justify it. So we can continue to dream about the Tokyo Disney Winnie the Pooh popcorn bucket. If you guys know anything about me, one of the things I collect from the Disney parks are popcorn buckets. I did a video recently showcasing all of my Disney parks popcorn buckets, and I feel like I am strongly missing out on a Winnie the Pooh one. So I believe Tokyo have had 2 different Winnie the Pooh popcorn buckets, I do believe, but this is the one I could find the most online and that I see absolutely everywhere. So the bucket itself is like a honey pot, and then it's got the characters going down the bottom, and the top is like, the lid is like kind of see-through-ish, like to look like honey, as you can see. And then Pooh, he's actually on the other side of it, like climbing up and over into the honey pot. You got the characters kind of look like they're 3D on the bottom there, which is kind of cool. And the lanyard of it does say Tokyo Disney Resort, and it's got like a floral design on it. But honestly, how beautiful is that? If you're not aware of Tokyo's Disney popcorn bucket game, go have a quick Google search because they are insane with their popcorn buckets over there. I think I did talk about it in my popcorn bucket collection, but honestly they are next level. Also with their sipper cups, they have done a Winnie the Pooh sipper cup as well, which is adorable. I think they might have done a couple. Honestly, you can't beat them when it comes to Tokyo on stuff like that. But yeah, I did look at getting this picked up by a personal shopper, but then when you take on, because obviously they've added a price onto the retail price, because obviously for their pickup charge, so that's added onto that, then shipping onto that, and then import fees onto that, it just works out to be so expensive. And stuff like this, I have said it before in the past when it comes to pickup services for things like this from the international parks, I'd much rather get it myself, because I don't really have much things in my collection from parks I haven't been to. That's why I like my Florida stuff was, you know, to commemorate my Florida trips. Well, my Paris stuff is to commemorate my Paris trips, even though I basically live there, so I don't know why I need to commemorate the trip. But anyway, does that make sense? I don't really want to get someone to get a Tokyo Disney popcorn bucket for me, because then it feels like I'm cheating. It's like I haven't been there. Tokyo is like so high up on my Disney parks bucket list. It's absolutely a dream park. So I guess wait until I win the lottery and I can go over to Tokyo and pick it up for myself. Okay, the third item I have mentioned in a video pretty recently. I think it was my Pumpkin Pooh unboxing, which was like a week ago, I think. I mentioned how obviously Loungefly has a separate brand called Stitch Shop, which does like clothing, it does dresses, t-shirts, hoodies, like designer versions of Loungefly bags and pins, basically like more of your clothing items. Last year they did a Winnie the Pooh collection. I'm pretty sure it came out in like summertime because it's like very summery stuff. Have you seen my Stitch Shop Winnie the Pooh bag? It's the balloon, it's the crossbody. That's by Stitch Shop and it came from this collection. They did that bag and I think there's another bag as well, a dress and a skirt. I loved it so much, but we never get Stitch Shop over here. That bag was very rare that it came over here and I honestly couldn't believe it. And when that bag came over here, I was hoping we were going to get the clothing pieces, but alas we didn't. I've never seen a piece of Loungefly clothing available for sale over here, which is really sad and I really don't understand it. But anyway, this dress, it was summer last year and I think I might have to zoom. There's like the overview of what the dress looks like for you. It's kind of like a skater dress, but if I just zoom in so you can see, so it's like a really pale sky blue, and as you can see it matches what the bag is. So Pooh is like riding around on the balloon, and then you've got all the friends, Tigger, Piglet and Eeyore, just like all over the dress. And what I really look how cute it is with that red belt. That is just such a cute like element and design to it. I really love that. And Stitch Shop is not the cheapest of things even when it does come over here, so that's why it's like Loungefly's designer brand. But honestly, it is just so beautiful. I have seen a few people wearing it in person and it is just absolutely stunning. I've seen a skirt as well, but I don't know, I just prefer the dress. I feel like dresses are easier to style. Skirts, don't get me wrong, I love skirts, but I prefer to have more like of a, like if I'm gonna wear a skirt, I prefer to have the design all happening on the t-shirt and a skirt just to complement it. It's very hard to style a skirt, which is the main piece of the outfit, and then needing like a plainer top so it doesn't clash. That's why I find dresses like this a bit easier. It's just so cute and it would go with my crossbody balloon bag absolutely perfectly. And I really need an explanation for why we don't get Stitch Shop over in the UK. There must be a reason. I don't know why. As I said, we get the occasional bag from Stitch Shop over here, and when you get a bag from Stitch Shop it comes with a pin included. Other than that, like lanyards, hoodies, dresses, skirts, t-shirts, we just don't get over here, and I don't know why. And the fourth item on my Grail list, I have been looking at this since before it was released, when it first got announced. But one, I have seen it in person and it's a pretty decent size and I don't know where I'd put it. And two, if you know anything about this range and collection, it does come with a bit of a price tag, and it is a triple digit price tag. It's £100 and something. I have 3 of these things in my collection, and the most I paid for one was like 20 quid. That's why this one's on the Grail list. It is a Winnie the Pooh Jim Shaw / Disney tradition, whatever you want to call them, but look at it. So I believe it did get released like about this time last year, and it is Pooh and friends sat outside of Pooh's treehouse, and you've got Owl on there, which is really cool. He's really rare to see on things. So you've got Pooh and Piglet, Tigger, Rabbit, Eeyore, and honestly, Jim Shaw's are just so stunningly detailed. So you can imagine how well done this is. Like, you can see a bit of the details there on the zoom up. Like everything from like the pavement down on like how like this is like a tree stump and you've got some paving slabs. The flowers, feathers on Owl, obviously Pooh's Mr. Sanders sign, his ring also signed, the bell. It is so stunning, and as I said, I have seen it in person and it is like that big. The Jim Shaws I currently have in my collection they're big, so about half the size. My Winnie the Pooh shelves are constantly full. Whenever I'm getting new things, I'm always having to get creative on where to put it. So knowing the size of that, yeah, I don't know what I'd do with it. And also I do believe it is currently sold out in a lot of places. But yeah, it's a big price tag, so yeah. Again, when I win the lottery to go on my Tokyo trip to get the popcorn bucket, I guess I'll get myself that as well. So anyway, there is a 5th bonus part of this video, because as you know, when I do these kind of things, I like to do them in top 5s. But this last one is a bit sad, hence why I said it's complicated. So as I'm sure you know, I collect specific Winnie the Poohs, like this guy. They're the beanie ones from the 90s, and they're all in different costumes. I have so many. I'm always on the hunt for more. I found a load on Vinted last week, and I found 3 from the same seller. So she did them in a bundle deal for me, so I got a good deal on the 3 of them. 2 of them my parents were going to buy off of me to then give me for my birthday, which is at the end of the month, and then 1 of them I was going to keep for myself now, which actually happened to be this guy, because I wanted to take him with me on my Disney trip to get a picture of him by the train station. I thought that would look cute, you know, the Disney Railroad. I thought it would look cute. So, and then the other 2 they're gonna give me for my birthday. Anyway, I did the order, and I get instead of having it posted to my house, I have it posted to a pickup point, which is the co-op on my estate, which I pass when I come home from work, so it's quite convenient. And that saves you, if you're doing it with Shop Disney, it saves you £1. With Vinted, it only saves you like 30p, so it's not really much. But you know, it saves a little bit, and I think it saves quite a lot on emissions. So, you know, save the environment. They do really push you doing pickup points. So I got it shipped to a pickup point, and I went to pick it up. Obviously 2 of them are for my birthday, 1 of them's for now. I didn't notice it when the person behind the counter was giving it to me, because they keep all of their every parcels in a cupboard behind the till. So you go up and say, I've got a parcel to collect, that's your name, you know, they go and get it, blah blah blah. The parcel, and then I'm sat in the car and I put the parcel on, you know, the passenger footwell, and I just look down at it and you can see, so I ordered the train Pooh, as you saw, a lion Pooh and a penguin Pooh. From where I'm sitting and you're looking down into the footwell and you're looking at the parcel, you can see lion Pooh clear as day. Because there is a hole literally about the size of my hand in the bag. So naturally I start panicking, because I'm like, why can I see my item through a hole? Like, so I instantly investigate. I then kind of just peer into the hole and I do a count up. There's Lion Pooh, obviously who I could see. There's Train Pooh. He's actually called, his label says Choo 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 Pooh, which I absolutely love. Him. That was it. There was no penguin Pooh. So I instantly turn around and head back to the co-op, and I explained to the girl on the till what had happened. I said I ordered this online and it's supposed to have 3 items in it, but when I got back to my car it has a big hole in it and an item is missing, so I was just wondering if like it fell out in your shop or in the cupboard. And so she has a look, literally empties out all of the parcels, can't find anything. So Now we are left to believe that my penguin Pooh is somewhere in the United Kingdom in the back of an Every van. And on Vinted, the seller doesn't get their money until you have marked your item as received and you know everything's all right. So I instantly, as soon as I get home, messaged the seller a picture of, you know, what I could, how the bag looked like to me, explained to her that the penguin Pooh was missing. She was so apologetic and so sorry that it had happened, and she instantly opens a case with Vinted, and then she tells me to do the same. And the options on Vinted were so complicated. There was either my item didn't arrive or my item was damaged. Obviously, I was picking between them because I'm like, well, my item did arrive, I'm just missing an item. And the items themselves aren't damaged, but the packaging is damaged. So it was very hard to pick between which I went with damaged in the end, because it's the packaging that is really damaged that caused me to miss one. So I sent Vinted a picture of it and explained to them in a paragraph about, you know, how the parcel got delivered to me ripped and an item is missing. So I'm just waiting for them to get back to either me or her. I mean, obviously I want my money back for that Pooh, because obviously there's no way he's going to magically turn up now. And I'm assuming I don't know what can happen on her end, I don't know. Said this is still ongoing with Vinted, and it's like a ticking time bomb because Vinted only gives you 48 hours to sort out problems. So if this issue isn't, I've never had a problem with Vinted, and honestly when I got home and you know, the whole missing Pooh thing, it really upset me. If you know anything about me, you know how much my Winnie the Pooh collection means to me and how much time I put into finding all these various Poohs. And I'm going to Chester Zoo, I think I've mentioned this, next year, and I was like really looking forward to it and planning taking as many Poohs as I can for around the zoo. Like, I'm gonna take my new jungle safari Pooh, obviously gonna take lion Pooh, gonna take penguin Pooh, but now penguin Pooh is lost somewhere in England, and I genuinely felt like crying. Like, I've never had a problem with Vinted. I'm always speaking so highly of it as a site. And obviously the seller was so apologetic, and obviously I understand it getting lost in transit isn't her fault. But Vinted are now only giving me 48 hours to solve it. And when you're talking to Vinted, I don't know if I'm talking to a human or a computer. I'd like to be talking to a human because then I think they'd understand the problem a lot easier. But if I'm talking to a computer, I feel like this might use up my 48 hours and I might be doomed. The item number 5 on my Grail list is a Winnie the Pooh about yay big, dressed as a penguin. Because I should technically have one, but he's somewhere in England. And me and my mum are currently keeping an eye out on Facebook Marketplace, because you can just see it, someone in your local area, if like it fell out on a van or something like that and someone finds it, they're probably going to put it on Facebook Marketplace for sale or something like that. Or I don't know, put it on there saying, you know, found this about, is it anyone's? And you know, I'm just holding on to the small chance that it's somewhere lost in your local area. And a lot of people do know me in the local area as a Pooh Girl. So I put a message on my Facebook page, I put something on my Instagram, and obviously now I'm putting this on here. So if anyone in my local area finds a Winnie the Pooh dressed as a penguin, I would like it returned. But I have a feeling it's in some van somewhere miles away by now. So hopefully Vinted will give me my money back for that one Pooh. Hopefully I can find him again somewhere on the internet. And yeah, that's item number 5, a penguin Winnie the Pooh, please. I don't want to end a video on a sad note, but it was just really disappointing. You know when you're having a really good week and you're just like expecting something to like come and slam the brakes on? That was it for me. Anyway, that was my Winnie the Pooh Grail items collected list. As I said, I will leave the video linked to the last one if you haven't seen it already. Those items in that one are, oh, they're gorgeous. Beautiful. I still really want them. If you enjoyed this video, please do pop that thumbs up button, and if you'd like to see more from what, do click subscribe down below, and while you're down there, don't forget to ding the notification bell, you might as well. You do down there, and I'll see you guys real soon. Bye!